wasting my time with my phone. You have a photo booth. Anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mariette Candice. Today, I have Arthur the Vaccine. Why do you call yourself the Vaccine?
Actually, I don't know.
You're medicine.
Yeah, I'm medicine to people's hearts and souls. Nze nzijanjaba bakyala.
Arthur, good to have you.
Good to host me at work.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Listed there.
Who is Arthur?
Who is me? I'm just a normal Ugandan, a normal citizen.
Where are you born?
Abanzalira Mulago. I was born in Mulago. Are we using English or Uganda?
Both.
Both. In the 80s. I'm grown, but I don't know. Actually, I'm making my 32nd. No, I remember, I know. 1988. I'm making 32 years in November 9th.
Interesting. I thought Arthur didn't want to say his age. So, your mom, your dad?
My mom, I lost my mom like 6 years ago. My dad, I think 5 years ago. Yeah, 2015. My mom was there earlier, 2014. Yeah. 2014. Yeah, so one and a bagenda boy like that.
Maybe that's so interesting things. So, your real names are?
My real name is Ruhabwoba Sunday. That's my real name.
Where do you get Arthur from then?
From here, Galaxy. I used to work, and I would work in the night, and then I would talk to girls, and then they would feel like, hey, Arthur, you really saved my life. You're my King Arthur. Now, I don't know what King Arthur was, but I think there was a movie Bajitanga Malin.
I know Malin.
It was a Malin King Arthur. I've not watched. I don't know what he did, but I think
I watched Malin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people would call me. Then I also felt like calling myself King Arthur would be great. So Arthur. Now, going forward, I would also try to help a lot of people on air. When I solve their problem, she's like, Evanange, Arthur, you guys, I don't know. Me, when I listen to you, I feel like you're my vaccine. So I am Arthur the Vaccine. So it became a catchphrase, became a catchword.
I want us to get into the radio beat, but later on. I want us to know who Arthur is. So we know where you were born and how old you are. But so which part of this country do you come from?
I come from Rukunjiri. Rukunjiri, a place is called Nyarushanje. I've not been there for a long while. I didn't have that strong connection with my father, like a strong one with my father. So we didn't really have that too much time to go there. But as I grew up, I got chance and time. Yeah, so I learned the language, just to know the heritage, to know who I am, like where I belong, family, such things.
So what?
Basically, nakulira Kampala, Chibuli, Chitoro zone, Munsambiomo. That's where I grew up from. Like I went to Koroleses for my secondary. I went to Chibibi, some school in Chibibi, which was a typical village by then. I went to Kakungulu Memorial, which doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't?
Yeah, the school was demolished. One of the houses, Gajao. There was also another school. Others actually, they disappeared. Yeah, but nakulira mu Kampala within.
Then from Kakungulu, then you went to Makerere University.
I went to Makerere University, which was a struggle, but somehow I completed.
Which course did you do there?
I did the Bachelor's of International Business. Then I also went still to Makerere to do my MBA in MBA. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So for someone that studied that and is having an MBA, how are you on radio telling people about love?
Actually, radio, I don't know. How did I come to Galaxy? Yeah, let me remember. By then I used to work with MTN. I was in customer service. But I'd also picked interest in comedy. I used to see comedians do things. In my head, I know. And I failed to do it. In my head, I know. Anything that has been done in this world, you can learn. started hanging around comedians, seeing how they do things. So it took me time, but I was working with MTN. So some guys started a comedy club. It was called Punked Bunch. Yeah. We're doing comedy at Centenary Park. These guys, the Salvadors, Ngabo comedy at other places at La Bonita. So we started hanging around them, learning how to write a joke, blah, blah, blah. Started getting friends. I met the Dolivondos, Bamkebete, the Alex Mahanjis, and other groups of people within that trade. But I was also working at MTN customer service. So time came when these comedy groups Zaya Ukana. Some guys went to La Bonita, some guys went to Laughters, the new Laughters. So they were looking for people to recruit. I was recruited at Laughters as the people to come and spice up the whole thing. Other guys went to La Bonita under the group called the Crackers. Yeah. I was also working with MTN. Kati, from that group, when we went there, Dolibondo told me there's a comedy show happening at some place called Virgin Island. But they need people to host. So you will come in as my hype man on Zgulirenga, then to Kole, I'll pay you some money. So I go to Virgin Island. I began working there. Luata Zemi, I would avail myself, keeping my MTN job, doing comedy. So I got to learn from Dolibondo that there was some chap opening up a radio station. From like one guy already innocent, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know he owned even Virgin Island where you were working?
But no, I knew he owned Virgin Island. Ngamulava. But ngate so Dolibondo talks about him. Radio. I had not tried it in the first place. Like, it's in a radio boy. But
you never dream of working on radio?
No. But one thing I had was the internet. At MTN, I had access to the internet. Like, whatever I wanted, Google was my uncle. So when Dolibondo talked, I'm gonna connect me to this guy. I've seen this guy at his bar. I know he has seen me before. I'll make sure I find his number. So one day, I got my line, called him. I'm Gamba, Sebo, how are you? And I'm the guy who comes to your bar. I do the emceeing bit for the comedy show, blah, blah. I heard you have a radio station. I would also want to come and try. He told me, come to office. Where I come, Club Amnesia. I went there, Club Amnesia. I see him, tells me, just come. So I'm like that. Just come to the radio station, to Labe. Cat Galaxy was in a how the recruitment was how it had a bunch of people from everywhere, about comedian, Bakazova, Kapali, Anne, everyone. All comedians in the country were gathered in one area. So I came. They were like, you're not going to do the interview today. We are scheduling you for tomorrow. So when I say tomorrow, I told my boss at MTN, I'm not coming for work. I'm planning for something. So but the whole night I was online trying to understand how does radio work. Kati, one thing, because I was learned, by the time I came the next day, I came with the full program of how the program will flow.
Did you have an idea which show you wanted to do?
No, but I knew I'd already given the show a name. A show, intro, presenter comes in, like how it would look like. I had the copy. So when we went to, I think I was sat me, Dolibondo, and Prim. And in a very short while, Roger Mugisha said, this group is Jacola. So we're given a program just like
Evening
that.
Rush.
Evening Rush. Yeah. So,
the pioneers of
yes.
Rush.
So, the next day, I go feeding a boss in a material of how the program should flow. I started creating segments. Let's put this segment. Let's put this. Let's put this. Like, like those are things I could do. And then I ended up being on radio. Like that.
And then you moved from Evening Rush to the night show. Yeah.
When your bosses tell you move, you move.
Did you have any interest in being a Dr. Love or so?
No. It is not.
Did your friends ever come to you with problems and then
No. I just woke up in the morning, then they were like, we are putting you on this kind of show. And first things first, I usually go back and research. So when I was told, yes, I didn't like the idea of working at night, talking about relationships. I was already also frustrated by some. I'm like, mine are also complicated, bad. What am I going to do? But then I went, like, I would go online, look at what people are doing, read, like, God gave me a talent. Like when it comes to reading, it's easy for me. Like I would go and give something.
So you didn't grow up listening to like these lab doctors that we listen to?
No.
That you get experience for them from?
I was born and raised in Chibuli. My mother was a very poor mom.
So you didn't listen to radio?
Yeah. Tagala byogera keyo by the way. That's one thing you did ask me by the way.
About
So
what?
my mom. So we were raised in a very poor family. It comes back, you think about it. We didn't have a chance to listen to radio. So we didn't listen to radio. And my mother was also a Catholic mom, very staunch. We only listened to one radio station, Radio Maria. Only. Sapuli and those other things. So I didn't know about of Love Doctor, no. So when I came to do my thing, it was my thing. Like it wasn't like Mulimo Muntoma. Then other factors came in like that. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you get to where you are now to be doing a show really the way you're doing it quite well? Where does that come from?
I don't know.
It happened.
Actually, some things just happen. And people tell you, hey Vananga, you said things yesterday and I felt touched. But then also being able to pay attention to what goes on in the world. And then also learning from your stupid mistakes. Because when I'm doing radio, I'm speaking from my experience. Like most of the times. Everyone has dated. Everyone has gone through relationships. So you...
And so much research.
Yes, and also research. Because you can't know everything. But when you read, you look for information. God gave us the internet. It's the best that has happened to mankind. Like you'll get to understand what goes on in the world.
I know we've had this conversation before privately, but I go through my inbox sometimes and I'm like, that's why people that bombard it with the good messages of we are listening in, we like the show, we like you, we like this, we like this. But also the messages of I have this problem, I have this problem, I have this problem. Like those are quite so many. So I'm wondering what's in your inbox.
Actually,
recently someone asked me for your number. I need to talk to Arthur, I have a problem. And I get so many of those too, of people who like get in touch because they have like relationship problems. Either they're bringing it for me or they're bringing it, they want to get to you. So I'm like, okay, so in your personal DMs, what's going on down there?
there are a lot of messages, but actually I don't even respond to them.
Why?
You can never respond to these messages, Nezigwa. People have problems. And when you get deep into people's problems, they begin affecting you personally. You become very unhappy.
Spiritually.
Yes. Somehow people's problems get to you. Somebody tells you something and you feel like you should help, but you also don't have the power to help. And then it goes with you. So, and you also can't spend a lot of time. Yes, I'm doing it as a job, but it's not really a career I'm doing, or like it's a profession I'm doing it. I'll go to my inbox and help somebody and charge them a fee. So when I get the opportunity to help people via radio, I do that. And when it is done, I move on with life and do other things. Like it's not really something I've carried on over and over and calling home.
So there are people who get in touch because they have problems and they want to help you. And I'm sure there are also very many that think this person knows about love. I would want to have them for myself. Your inbox is full, eh?
No, actually most girls be fearing you. They be thinking of like, those are like they think you have like a bus. When a bus in Ganyas in Zakabondere, but in real sense you actually don't even have any. You
don't have any?
No, for like for
be real.
No, for now I'm not really seeing anyone. I'm in my own boat.
Go to the DMs.
For right now I'm in my own boat.
Why?
Relationships are not for everyone anyway.
How do you tell us about love when you're not in love?
No, you don't need to be married to be a priest.
What do you mean?
You see, there's the ability to comprehend and understand situations and figure out solutions for people. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, me not being in love, it's a choice. It's not a circumstance. You know, there are people who are trying so much to be in a relationship, but they can't. There are people who are telling you, no, I'm not really struggling to be there. Wherever I am, it's a choice. So for me right now, it's a choice. Like, it's okay. Like I'm not complaining, but like I'm struggling so much to fall in love, because falling in love is not really something that happens like that.
You have kids?
No kids as yet, not enough I know.
No plans? Not any that you know of.
Yes.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, but for sure I don't have a child, but there are plans I will have a family. Yeah, I'm not looking at a big family, something small. Yeah, like my mindset towards children is completely different.
Okay. So who is Arthur off the radio?
Off radio, I'm a guy, I'm a hustler.
When the mics are off and the headsets are down and you step out of that studio, what do you do?
I do other things. I run a series of small ventures, call them businesses. There are things I've started for myself, because that's why I pay most of my attention. Sometimes when I'm not on radio, you find me at my store, or where because I run an events company. We are called Vector Events, which is the home of fun. We basically run fun and interactive entertainment. Yeah, so that is where I spend most of my time. So if you want to find me in a truck, a pickup, you'll find me rushing to meet a client. If I'm not rushing to meet a client, I'm going to do a site visit. If not that...
What kind of events do you guys do?
The kind of events we do, basically what we call fun and interactive events. In these events, we do corporate team buildings, company team buildings, where companies take people out to have a good quality time. So we use fun as an element to help these people, to help companies groom and develop their employees, because fun is a good thing you get. Through a fun session, the MD can easily interact with the guy on the lower level. So we do team buildings. We also do corporate fun days. Companies organize corporate fun days, whereby, Marriott, you spend a lot of time on Galaxy FM. This is where you work. Your family sees you every morning at 6 a.m. You come to Galaxy FM to work. You go back late in the night. So it is sensible that a company brings the family, because to also be part of the experience of the company. So companies organize family fun days so that people can appreciate that when Marriott wakes up in the morning to go to work at Galaxy FM, this is where they go to. The company should also not just involve the employee, but the family as well. Because these are the people who wake you early in the morning of like, let's go and work. Corporate events, corporate fun days. We also do fun. We add fun on birthdays. We add fun on weddings. Corporate
when you say
events.
We add fun, what do you mean?
So you think about any experience you want, and you want a fun experience, that's what we add. We use different mechanisms of adding fun. You get. You have an end of year party, and you want to make sure the party is fun. That's why you call us. We have machines.
So if I have an event and I say, okay, Arthur, I want to add fun to my event. I want ideas.
Yes.
What are you bringing to the table? What are those things that you're bringing to my party?
That you're bringing to your party. One is we do rent out a lot of fun equip, and in some of these fun equips we have game machines, different game machines, casino games, bouncing castles, inflatables, trampolines. You get. We also now bring in certain fun experiences. Where you say, I want my people to have something fun and interactive. We give you ideas of, let's do, let me say, a paint and wine experience. Let's do an Amazing Grace party sort of. Let's do, like, we create those fun and interactive experiences. If you have a wedding, we just come up. We can also bring you entertainers, fun and interactive entertainers. We have what we call circus experiences. We have boomwaka experiences. All these things people do, and then they make the event fun. That's basically what we do.
That sounds a lot. That sounds like a festival of sorts. If someone has them at the event, I'm sure if you have a birthday coming up, you have a corporate event coming up, this is something you'd want on your event. But then, because of lockdown and COVID, events have really not been happening for how many months now? 4 or 5 months? So 6 months now. So what's happening?
Right now, events were not happening in the first 3 months. Then after people realized the COVID, yes, it was serious, but not so scary. Ugandans be like, we can die, but those things. So they started doing events again. So events are coming back, but not all event types. Concerts and others be locked down. Weddings are happening.
Yeah, we do.
They are no longer 20 people. They are 200 and more.
Yeah.
Birthdays are going on. Certain places
you guys are making money.
No, we're not really making money. The scale is down, but we see there is possibility that things will turn back to normal.
Yeah.
But we don't know when. It will really take some time, but they will.
All right. Let's talk about the photo booth. What is it?
In the business we are doing, one day I was, let me give you the journey. I also used to MC weddings. So I would go to weddings. Tewali, nafusana, I even did magic meanwhile.
Tell me before we get into that, tell me some of the things that you have done. You've MC'd weddings.
I've MC'd weddings. I've done comedy.
Did you stop being a comedian?
I stopped.
Why?
Someone told me I wasn't funny.
How was that?
But I didn't feel it.
Believed them?
No, I didn't believe them, but you know you have a target. When I was doing comedy, I had a target of where I was and where I wanted to be. Actually, comedy was the father of what I'm doing right now. We used to do comedy. We're being paid kalito money. So time came, there was a guy who used to tell me, Nemwana Arthur, Center for Days Avoided. Tosesa totally funny. Really, when they tell a comedian, totally funny. So one day, would be at events, when they have a mariachi. Mariachi steps on stage.
People die.
People die. Now you're gonna. And imagine I go like, now, am I competing with this dude? But then I also wanted to see myself on an international platform. But it is going to take me a while. But then some guy would be telling me, it's totally funny. Or your Arthur, you know it would come to you. But my brain keeps thinking a lot. So one day, I was at Laughters. The guy was telling me, when will the future comedy ojirabawa? Mga sejja kulimba nze ndi mukola bukozi ndabe ekintu kye kikola ki. Nagamba you should think about other things of trying to do certain things. Nagamba sure, yeah. So I went home and I'm like, really? This guy what he's saying truth. What can I do? I was working on radio, I'm doing comedy. The only thing that came to my head was events. Event. So I did my first car event, which was a pool party at Centenary Park. No, it was a pool party. People told me, hey, your pool party together, the water will be dirty. We gave out free flyers to moves, but we got very funny chicks at the pool party. They were dirty. They were later fun. And I was helping some chick called Joyce. So then, to give me an insight of Chikola, then after, I saw the Ibra Kadanke's buzz events, Kabakola buzz Timmy's awards, those things. I think Ibikola. Talk to Ibra of Kadanke. I want to do something at sharing, bichi, those things. So I knew Nimrod, Basilik Stuart Bani. I said, I'm on radio, I can also get a Bulango from my boss. I organized an event at Sharing Hall. 3 months of advertising. I promised people a recorded deal. Bichi, I promised performances from Mr. Mosh. Bichi Nimrod. They didn't show up, those guys. But I did the event. Now I was getting experience. So after I did that event, somehow I had a friend of mine who I met in comedy. He was working with Wonderworld. At Wonderworld, the old man was trying to leave the estate to the kids. There was a daughter who had just come in to run the business. The guy tells me, the daughter is here, she wants ideas. What can we do? I'm going to solo call event. I have Galaxy and I have a few friends. Let's make sure we do an event. Nemboza event. Let's call it like a kiddos something. So the word kiddos to mean a kiddo. Ban. So we went, I talked to the lady, she accepted Bichi, we went ahead. I had some Kalito man had served here and there, put up together, put adverts on Bouquet, the small adverts, blah. We did an event. For the first time in history, I saw 36 million. I'd never seen that man. I said, eh. But of course, it wasn't all for taking. I made a good profit. Bought myself my first car. I was happy. Kati now Kiddos was an event. It wasn't a company. But there was a service provider who gave me mascots. Do you know cartoon characters? Those ones that does. yachimpangisa emitwalo 10 emeka. After giving it to me at that money, she sent it, but I didn't have anyone to wear it. Necheyambalira nechinjo chanyo mundao. Kids kept pulling me bichi. I was pissed, but I gave her 130. So after 2 months, you know, I was excited, bought a car. Now sina sente. I have a car which has nowhere to sleep. I have a one-room. I had a girlfriend by then. Then she started telling me, we can't live here. You find a house that has a chikomera. I'm also tired of I prefer we have toilets inside. But I was paying a house of 100,000. Remember, a house of 100,000, me I had a kayu. So I was looking for extra 80k or 150k per month to get a house of 250. Then I remembered that service provider. I said, if this person charged me 130, what if I bought the same cartoon and also hired it at 130? If I make one higher a month. Mbasi senguse.
That was a good plan, eh?
Yes. Printed business cards. Registered the name Kiddos. I would get salary. I bought the thing. My bosses here at Galaxy helped me. Nebanyamba, because they showed me how to ship from abroad, buying on eBay. I shipped those cartoon characters in. 8 months down the road. No customer. The first customer told me, we have an event, can you come and dance for kids like a duck? I said, I don't know how.
Duck? How do they dance like a duck?
I went with my costumes. Remember, I was on radio, I was doing comedy. I also went with my costumes. I would go and dance for kids in those costumes. Then the first customer, but every time I would go there.
I remember when people were making fun of you.
But
every time they pass by something, they take a picture and say,
or your other way chambered. Yes, that's why I started. But every time I would go to an event, go have experience and I would go to an event, what about bouncing castle?
Yeah.
Then on my business cards, I would add by also entertaining kids that have business bouncing castles. Then I would add trampoline. I added other things basically for the birthday section. Then time came, people started calling me. Like, calls would come.
So it took 8 months. That's
for the first customer to come. So you
didn't move to the new apartment?
No, I didn't move for 8 months. Because I had to put it on. After the girlfriend left me. Actually broke up. I think she got a rich guy. Because she kept asking me for new chairs at her place.
And the new house?
Yeah, but I didn't have them. Then one day I went to visit her, she had very new sofas. In my head, I'm like, I'm working 4 jobs. I work at MTN. I'm doing comedy. I'm doing radio. I'm also wearing costumes. And I can't afford new chairs. And you have. Like, I lost interest. But then, I don't blame her. She really wanted something nice. So from that, I started seeing opportunities. So I would go to an event, and then I see people who are entertaining kids are doing the same things over and over again, and I'm like, this guy. So I said, I have to learn something new. I went and searched how to make kids happy without even wearing costumes. I learned what we call comedy magic. I said I would learn this. I started learning magic. You remember when I was doing magic tricks? So I was testing on people to see if the other customers would receive them. So I started doing those magic tricks, which now I got a new market base. I got Indians, I got Lebanese, the Bazungus, the expatriates. Now I started expanding my market base. Then time would come and I go to an event where you see the kids are happy, but the adults are seated. And I'm like, so the more I kept Googling and searching, the internet has been my thing. You would see some games, some songs people do. So I would come at an event, make adults stand up, and then I make them dance. Some of them would respond. Like the more I would do something new, I would expand my market base. Then
Is that how you came up with a phone booth?
No, then one day, some client tells me, this is how the idea of the phone booth. Client tells me, can't you find the other? Then we thought of machines. That's where the photo booth comes in. another interactive way of entertaining people and giving people fun through photography on any event. So, and other things we do, and other things. So what you
I would like us to go to the photo booth and see how it works. But first tell me a little about it. What does it do?
The photo booth is an interactive photo experience that you can have on any kind of event. I can best explain to you the photo booth. If you really see it, then I take you through some of the things it does and how it interacts.
Let's do it.
Okay, together photo booth.
So Arthur, we're here to talk about the photo booth.
Yeah, the photo booth.
This is it.
So this is the photo booth. Like you can see it. So there are different types, but this is called the Magic Mirror photo booth. So
This looks like a huge iPad or phone.
yeah, but it's a very fun and interactive way of taking photos and adding fun to any kind of event, be it a wedding, corporate event, or any other kind of celebration. So this is the photo booth. You know, you're waiting.
My birthday is on Thursday,
yeah,
22nd October.
Yeah,
Let's do this. Let's assume it's Thursday. It's my party. I've invited you.
So this is how the photo booth works. First of all, it is telling us touch the screen to start. Okay. Meaning it is interactive. So we shall first also.
Which means I can do it when you're not even there. You just put in at a party and go and people can.
Excellent. So we also have a set of props, different props, because it is a fun thing. So let's first put on some props. What should I put on? Then put on this. Okay. So hey there, go touch the screen so that we start.
Hey there.
Okay. So it's now going to take the first picture. You just make a pause.
Here we go.
Makes a countdown. Get ready.
Yay!
So that's the first picture. It has come out. So this is how the picture looks like. You can choose to keep or to retake the picture. So what do you choose we do? We
looks
keep.
like a nice pic. Keep.
Okay. So let's take another.
One more.
One more.
Let's change.
Let's change the props.
Well, like I said, it's my birthday. So let's do this.
Let's retake this. Okay. Let me put on a cap.
One more.
Amazing. This is how this comes out.
That have made you look good.
Yeah. So we keep or we can keep or retake.
I'm alone. Go off.
Okay. You want to change a prop? First, take a prop.
Please wait.
No, we took 2 photos.
Hey,
No,
so
2.
you have to wait,
Yeah. So the frame was for 2 photos.
Oh,
We can change a little bit. So this is how our photos look like.
Please look nice.
Now you realize from here we can customize. Your photos can come out customized with congratulations, happy birthday Mariati, 22nd of October every year. So we took 2 photos. Now it asks you whether you want to print. Okay, so we can choose to print a copy. Yeah. Now it is sending the photo to the printer. The printer prints and also creates a GIF for you. Okay, and also we can share this on your phone number. Yeah, this can come.
These pics can come to my phone.
Yeah, they can come to your phone.
Does it have to be internet enabled?
Yeah, we enable it with the internet. So we bring this to your phone. After that, we can also choose to share these pictures on your social media, especially Facebook or Twitter. So you can choose to share on Facebook or Twitter. But let's skip this. Okay. After sharing on Facebook, we add a lot of other things. You can also share on your email. You can also share with you directly on your phone. Okay. So this is the picture is out.
Nice.
So this is the picture. Okay.
It literally takes like a minute for the picture to get out.
To print, yes. We can also choose to take.
It's very
more.
fun
Yeah.
and it's very interactive. Meaning I don't need any directions. I can do it on my own.
Yeah.
And the picture comes out and looks really nice.
And the pictures come in different sizes. This is a 4x6. We can also have a strip.
Yeah.
A strip of pictures.
So I see there are doubles here. I can have one where it's just
one
this
picture.
one picture.
Yeah. Do you want to take one? Which is one? Okay.
One. Touch begin. Hello. Touch here. So I can touch anywhere on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get ready. Put on some glasses or anything.
Get ready.
Yes, I'm ready. We are done. But Ramo, you are in my picture. But anyway, this is very interesting. First, come back, Atta. Come back, come back. This is very nice.
You want to put it on Instagram?
This is nice.
Yeah, I've made you look
It's very
cuter.
nice. No, I'm friends. I'm the one making you look nice. But this is very interesting. Atta, let's wrap this up. If you first come here. So if we have birthdays, you have a wedding, you have kwanjula, any kind of function you want it fun, you don't want to go through the hassle of taking pictures. Ate tekivuddeyo, ate bichi, ate bibuze, ate simanyi, ate printing soko lindemuko, ate simanyi bichi. This is the answer.
This is the thing. It is really the new direction of photo booths. You stand, you take these pictures like it's just
there's nothing
awesome.
like the catalog editing emuko. The thing already edits.
It edits, like it does everything, and then most importantly, it's too much fun actually.
It is actually fun.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Actually fun. I
It's
could
so much
spend the
fun.
entire day here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Atta.
You're welcome.